For years, my budget was a ghost. You know the one, a terrifying, number-filled phantom that lived in a spreadsheet I was too scared to open. I'd spend a whole weekend setting it up, linking accounts, creating categories, and feeling so on top of things. And then, by Wednesday, I'd already ignored it, overspent on something, and the whole system would feel broken. The guilt would creep in, and I'd just close the file, promising myself I'd deal with it next month. This cycle of failure went on for years. It turns out I wasn't alone. Tons of people who start a traditional budget give up. For a long time, I was one of them. Traditional budgets just felt rigid, complicated, and totally disconnected from my actual life. They seemed like they were designed for a perfect, predictable world, not my world of fluctuating freelance income and last-minute temptations. The apps weren't much better, they were just a digital version of the same shame, but with notifications. Then, one Sunday afternoon, out of sheer frustration, I threw out the spreadsheets, I deleted the apps, and I grabbed a blank piece of paper and a pen. I had no idea at the time, but that simple act of drawing, of physically mapping out my money, was about to change everything. It wasn't a budget, it was a money map. And for the first time, I actually felt in control. Let's be honest, the word budget just sounds restrictive, doesn't it? It conjures up images of cutting back, of saying no, of financial punishment. And that's a core problem with the traditional approach. It's built on limitation, not clarity. Spreadsheets are a perfect example. They're powerful, sure, but for many of us, they are overwhelming walls of numbers and formulas. They just aren't intuitive. A single mistake in a formula can throw everything off, and they're terrible at showing you the flow of your money. It's all just static data in cells. This kind of system is brittle by design. Traditional budgets assume your life is a neat, orderly series of fixed data points. But life isn't like that, is it? A surprise car repair, a forgotten subscription renewal, an unexpected vet bill. These things happen. In a rigid spreadsheet, a single unplanned expense can make the entire month's budget flash red, which makes you feel like a total failure. It's a system designed to break the moment it meets reality. And the apps? They promise to fix all this by making it easier. They automated the tracking and sent us pretty pie charts. But for me, automation was the problem. Tapping a button to categorize a coffee purchase made the transaction disappear mentally. There was no friction, no moment of mindfulness. It was too easy to swipe, tap, and forget. Physically writing down an expense forces you to pause and acknowledge it in a way that an app just can't replicate. This lack of connection meant I never truly understood my own spending habits. I was just passively observing data an app collected for me. The system wasn't teaching me anything. It was just keeping score, and I was always losing. So there I was, with a blank sheet of paper. I didn't want to make another list of categories. I wanted to see my money. I wanted a bird's eye view, a blueprint. That's when the idea of a money map clicked. Instead of a list, I was going to draw a flowchart. At the very top of the page, in a big circle, I wrote my total estimated monthly income after taxes. This was my starting point, the source of everything. From that main circle, I started drawing branches, kind of like a spider diagram or a mind map. The first set of branches was for my non-negotiable fixed expenses: rent, utilities, car payment, insurance. These were the big rocks, the unmovable pillars of my financial life. Next, I drew branches for my variable but necessary expenses, the ones that change every month but are still essential. This included groceries, gas, and household supplies. I gave them an estimated amount based on past spending, but I knew these had some wiggle room. Then came the fun part, and the part that always tripped me up: wants. I drew branches for things like restaurants, shopping, and entertainment. Instead of just listing them, drawing them as separate paths forced me to visually confront where my fun money was going. Finally, I drew branches for my financial goals: savings and debt repayment. This was a game changer. Instead of treating savings as whatever was left over at the end of the month, I was giving it a job right from the start. This whole concept is built on a principle called zero-based budgeting. The idea is simple. Your income minus all your planned expenses, savings, and debt payments should equal zero. Every single dollar has a mission before the month even begins. There are no unassigned funds left to be mindlessly spent. This visual map gave every dollar a path, from the moment it entered my account to its final destination. For the first time, I wasn't just tracking expenses, I was directing my money with intention. It was a roadmap, not a rulebook. Ready to try it? You don't need any fancy software. Just grab a piece of paper and something to write with. Here's how you can create your own monthly money map. First, calculate your total net income for the month. This is your take-home pay after all taxes and deductions. Write this number in a circle, at the top or center of your page. This is your financial starting point. Second, prioritize your needs. A popular and effective guideline is the 50-30-20 rule, where 50% of your income goes to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings and debt. You can absolutely adjust these percentages to fit your life, but it's a great starting point. Draw your first set of branches from your income circle for your absolute needs. These are your fixed costs, like rent or mortgage, utilities, insurance, and minimum debt payments. Write down the name of the expense and its expected cost. Third, branch out to your wants. This is everything else. Dining out, streaming services, hobbies, shopping. Be honest here. This isn't about judging your spending, it's about understanding it. Assign a budget to each of these categories. Seeing the restaurant's branch right next to the savings branch can be a powerful visual gut check. Fourth, dedicate paths for your financial goals. This is the pay yourself first principle in action. Create branches for savings and extra debt repayment. This part is crucial. You're treating your savings and debt payoff like a bill. It's a non-negotiable expense that you pay to your future self. Give every dollar that isn't already assigned to a need or a want a home in one of these categories, until your income, minus all your branches, equals zero. Finally, and this is the most important part, use the map. Place it somewhere you'll see it every day, like on your fridge or desk. When you spend money, you can jot down the transaction under the corresponding branch. This isn't about perfect tracking, it's about staying engaged. At the end of the week, take a few minutes to see how your actual spending compares to your map. This constant gentle check-in builds awareness in a way a spreadsheet never could. The goal isn't perfection, it's clarity and control. Section 4, from pen and paper to pixels. The magic of the money map isn't the paper itself, it's the visual philosophy. The hand-drawn map is the best place to start because it forces a level of mindfulness and ownership. There's a known cognitive bias called the IKEA effect, which shows we place a higher value on things we build ourselves, and that applies to your budget too. Once you've mastered the pen and paper method, you can explore other tools that embrace this visual approach. For some, a large whiteboard is a great way to have a persistent, collaborative map for a household. If you like the idea of going digital, you don't have to go back to boring spreadsheets. You could create a visual dashboard in Google Sheets or Excel. Use progress bars to track savings goals, or apply conditional formatting to make categories turn red when you're over budget. This turns your spreadsheet from a static table of numbers into a dynamic, at-a-glance dashboard that reflects the money map's principles. There are also apps built around this exact philosophy. Apps like Every Dollar are designed for zero-based budgeting. They help you create a plan for the month, assigning every dollar a job. While the premium version can connect to your bank to import transactions, it still requires you to manually drag each purchase into its category. That deliberate action is key, as it maintains the intentionality that fully automated apps can lack, blending digital convenience with the mindfulness of the manual method. Whether you stick with paper, move to a whiteboard, or use an app, the core principle is the same: make your money visible. So, I want you to try this. Sometime this week, take 30 minutes, grab a piece of paper and draw your own money map. See how it feels to visually connect with your finances. And when you're done, I'd love to hear about it. Drop a comment below and tell me what you discovered. What was your aha moment? It's been over a year since I first drew that simple map, and I haven't opened a budgeting spreadsheet since. That single piece of paper did more for my financial health than years of wrestling with complex software. It wasn't about the tool, it was about the perspective. By turning numbers into a visual story, I was finally able to see the leaks in my budget, the small, mindless purchases that were draining my resources. I saw how my spending choices were either moving me closer to my goals or pulling me further away. The map gave me clarity, not restrictions. It empowered me to make conscious decisions about where I wanted my money to go. That feeling of control has been the biggest change. The financial anxiety that used to follow me around has been replaced by a quiet confidence. I know where my money is going, because I'm the one telling it where to go. If you've been struggling with budgets that feel like a chore or a test you're doomed to fail, I truly believe this can change everything for you too. Stop counting your money and start mapping it.